So we've all been there, haven't we? We get on the tee, driver in hand, taking dead aim, and we hit that shot that's very wide, drifted into trouble, and it's not really gone anywhere, and it's kind of just clung on. But even worse than that sometimes, it feels that we're putting loads of effort and energy into the club, and yet the ball's going shorter and wider. Well, I'm going to show you in today's video how getting to whip the club to impact is going to get you hitting the ball further and more accurately than ever before from the tee. So what am I talking about? Whipping the club through. So once the club goes back, what we see with all the best players in the world is the lower body unwinds. Then it kind of stops, upper body unwinds, stops, then the arms start to go, and last thing, the club. But unfortunately for most golfers, we see the complete opposite. They get to the top, the club and arms start to go, we see that early release, coming into impact, very weak, and what we see for the downswing with that is very out to in, leaving that club face open, where the best players in the world drop the club behind them and get hitting up on the shot. So, as a little test for you, what I want you to do is I want you to make a swing, and the noise the club head makes, that whoosh sound, I want you to listen to where you make it. So listen to mine, and it's definitely kind of down at the bottom, slightly after where the golf ball would be. Where most golfers, when they do it, starts much, much earlier. So you can see how that energy is being released and struggling into the ball. So what we need to feel is that if we could get that sound a little bit more where mine is, we should start to see that from a pretty similar setup, we can start delivering more club head speed, a solid strike, some nice control from face and path, and a very, very different distance. Now I know you're looking at that and going, tell me more. I definitely need a bit of that because I don't normally hit driver like that. So what I want you to think about is, in the downswing, we want to think about a race down past the ball. So we want to feel that the lower body wins the race, then the upper body, then the arms and the hands, and then the club. Whereas you might be the opposite to that. So a really nice way is to feel that trail arm, that for you, that trail arm probably goes out and promotes that club being cast into the golf ball. So you want to feel that as you shift towards the target, that elbow moves down towards your side, and then you can feel that the arms straighten more after impact. And do it slowly to begin with, get that little feel. And straight away, even taking the speed out there, I can hear differently where that sound is. And if you absolutely needed to, you do a few practice swings, then you set up to the golf ball, and even though I've promised more distance and more speed, we're going to deliberately take some speed out, get a feel for that sound. Definitely hear that that's after the golf ball. And even though you try to swing a bit slower, just hit a couple of shots like that. And even though it'll feel you're putting nothing into it, you'll still probably be getting very similar club head speed that you were getting before, but getting better accuracy and already starting to pick up distance. And I'll always talk about with golfers, I think club head speed is important. I don't generally think golfers need to be trying to swing slower and hit the ball less far. But I think sometimes when we're swinging at full speed, we lose a bit of awareness as to what's going on. And sometimes just taking a little bit of speed out helps you get that feel. But if you can stand up there and do something pretty early on like that, and you can see I only lost 2 miles an hour on the first swing, then just gradually put a bit more speed in. So have the practice swing, get that feel, shift left, feel like that trail arm gets into the side a bit more, get that noise after. As you do it a little quicker, then into the ball, get that feel. And even though that one's turned over a little bit more than I would like, didn't feel as quick as I could be, but still 103 mile an hour club head speed, still some nice control on my delivery, and still 250 carry and 280 total. And as you're hitting more shots, I want you to get excited about this. I want you to think, wow, I wonder if I started really trying to get some speed with that feel, what it would feel like and what it'd give me. So have that practice swing. And the beauty is, the quicker you swing, the louder that noise is. So it was louder. It was still in the right place. We're getting more of that cracking of the whip through impact. And then stand up to the golf ball. Don't care where this goes. We're going to trust the control. And all of a sudden, all the things we've worried about, how apparently speed means less control, you start having better influence on where the ball goes. The club head speed's picking up. The carry's picking up, and the total's picking up. And you might say, having hit your version of that, that's enough. I don't need any more than that. We all need a bit more. But be willing to get out of that comfort zone. How fast could you swing that golf club? Well, it definitely feels quicker, but can I do that when the ball's there? As we get set, got that feel, got that thought process. Maybe a little bit higher, but it was a little quicker. Hit up loads, some great control on the delivery. And for me, currently, that's long at 270 and 292. So remember, if you want to generate more club head speed and deliver the club even better, we can't be having a golf swing where you're releasing the club early, the path's wrong, and you're manipulating the face. We want to feel that you get to the top, the lower body starts moving towards the target, that gets the club down behind you, gets that trail arm a bit more into the body, then everything can release a bit later in the golf swing, but more of that kind of crack in the whip effect. And you get that sound, instead of being before the ball, being after. And you might just start adding some club head speed like I did, and not only hitting it further, but hitting it even more accurately than ever before.